Hi, the review for the midterm one. So how to use the TVM function in BA2 Plus. So the point is that we have the 5 quantities, the present value and accumulated value. It's called the future value in the calculator, and the payment, the each payment amount, and the length of the payment. So we have n payments, and the annual interest rate, the I over y. So if we input the 4 of these 5, then BA2 Plus calculates the other quantity. But the PV and FV have default values. So even if we don't specify it, then we assume that that is 0. So in terms of time diagram, so this situation is like this. So we have the time point 0 to n. And the present value is here. And the payment amount is here. And payment amount here. And we have additional the future value here. So if the one side is positive, the other side should be input as negative. So BA2 Plus basically assumes that all payments are on one side, and we just distinguish those two as the positive cash flow and negative cash flow. So one side of the time diagram that we should put positive numbers, and the other side that we have to put negative numbers. Then annual effective interest rate. Is I over y, and this is in percentage. So if 3%, I over y should be 3, not 0.03. So yeah, so 3%, then I over y is equal to 3. I over y is not equal to 0.03. Yeah, so we have PV and the payment. Payment is you input only once, but we have n payments, and the FV and n and the I over y. So example. So think about the how many what interest rate that makes deposit twice as large in 10 years. So we want to calculate annual interest I. Then at first you clear memory by second button and the TVM key, clear TVM key. Then we have to input 100 PV. Then 200 should be the other side, so 200 negative. So this means negative 200. Then FV. And N is 10. And now that we have, yeah, actually we didn't input the payment, but the payment amount also default is 0. So without input payment amount, you can compute I over y. Then you get the 7.177. So this is in percentage. So you can see if the annual effective interest is the 7.17%, in 10 years, $100 becomes $200. Yeah, so now the example 2. So if we have 8 years. So 1, 2, 3 up to 8. And we have the $10 payments for 8 years. Then we would like to calculate the future value when I is equal to 5%. Then how to calculate it. So this is relatively simpler. And yeah, actually we can use the annuity immediate formula and accumulated value formula. But with this BA2 plus, you can just input 8 years and the 5% interest and the $10 each. Then compute PV. Compute FV. Then you get the 95.49. So FV is the other side of this $10. So we will get the negative $95.49, but you can interpret it. And the future value is 95.49. Yeah. And this may not be needed in the exam. So just this is just additional one. So not needed in the exam. And actually, I don't really recommend it, and the textbook doesn't recommend it. But actually, the A double dot and S double dot can be also done by BA2 plus. Yeah, so we think about the, yeah, so S double dot, A, right? A double dot. So think about the annuity due. For 8 years, 0, 1, 2, up to 8, but the payment, so deposit is $10 each, starting at time 0, and the future value is at time 8. So how to calculate this? So suppose interest rate is 5%. So one way is to calculate this amount X, then we multiply the 1.05. But just suppose that we would like to make it everything automatic. Then we can at first clear memory, but before that, we put the second, then BGN. So we change some option. So this is the payment key, the same key as payment. So second, the BGN, then second, then set. Set key is the same as enter key. Then clear, CEC. Then 8N, now the mode has been changed to S double dot and A double dot, so annuity due. Then 5%, then payment of $10 each, then compute future value. Then we get this S double dot. Then we get 100.27. So since this payment is positive, we will get the negative, the future value. So this is actually 1.505 times the $95, the 49 cents. So in this way, we can also calculate the A double dot and S double dot by the BA2 plus. But probably you don't really need it because you are a mathematics student. So you can calculate X, then you can just multiply the 1.05. So we don't have any problem to do that. But if you want everything be automatic, then you can use this option. So BGN key.